Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to ChriswithaC. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for joining me today, guys. Do you know when you're scrolling through the internet and you're looking for things that are, unique, special, something a little bit different from the norm? And I've been trawling through the internet for weeks and weeks and weeks, and as you probably know, I've got a friend of mine called Johnny here on the channel, and Johnny has been a big help with the channel. Going back last year, okay, Johnny was kind enough to donate to the channel the OG MT410. Now, I've covered this in great depth on the channel. Absolutely awesome vehicle. Really strong, tough, fast, fun to drive. And me and John speak on a regular basis. Absolutely awesome fella. I met him last week at Heatherton. And he took an interest, as you noticed, but on the table here, Big Red's disappeared, okay? So what happened was me and John got talking, and John was saying that he had a truck that it was just too big for the kind of areas that he ran. And, I've got some absolutely awesome areas. I mean, we've got the X-Max Ultimate there. We've got all the trucks I use here. Absolutely awesome vehicles, but there was always something I was kind of looking for, like the king of kings when it comes to ground bashing. Now, there's a company out there called Kraken. Many of you might not know, but Kraken specialise in 1/5 scale RCs. Now, Taylor RC petrol 2-strokers, and they actually also make, guys, a 812S. What should we call it? A Sandrail. As you can see on the table behind me, guys, we've got one. What happened here, right, was me and Johnny actually struck a deal up, and we came up with the idea of he was going to have Big Red and I was going to end up with a Vesla. Now, this thing is an absolute monster. Guys, what you're looking at is the Kraken Vesla 5E, an absolute beast of a 2-wheel drive Sandrail that is just designed to really shred, ground and pound, and absolutely destroy the sort of areas that I use. Now, this thing is massive. Just to put this in scope, guys, there's my hand, okay? There's the size of the truck. I know it doesn't really show very well on camera, but this thing is massive, and I will do a comparison for you in a moment with the X-Max. Huge, obviously, spiked tyres. Now, these are aftermarket tyres. They're on here. They're what they call the Mad Max Super Hogs. So the other thing, the car, it didn't just come with a car. It came with a bunch of accessories and upgrades. As you can see, we have got the Taylor RC 24mm wheel nuts on there. Also, Taylor RC hub extenders. This is absolutely huge. Let's take the body off a second. So the stock car, guys, all right, is a 2-wheel drive, supported with a Max 5, all right, so 200 amp BSC, 800 kV motor, which is absolutely massive, Coke can size sort of thing. And as you can see, it has got a bunch of upgrades already fitted on the vehicle. So we've got the Taylor RC chassis support. There's a little bit of tidying up I need to do with the receiver box, but nothing major. No, this isn't a brand new truck, all right? So kind of put that out there. This is being used twice, and John soon realised that the truck was just way too big for the kind of areas he was going to run them on. So we came up with a deal. Huge shocks. I mean, these things are massive. That's my hand, as you can see. Just about gets around there. Suspension travel for days. Absolutely awesome shocks. The suspension setup is awesome. As you can see, no centre diff, no front diff, no centre drive shaft, anything like that. Just an out and out 2-wheel drive. Absolutely massive spur gear. Look at the size of this thing. It is huge, guys. Everything is over proportioned. It's my first 1/5 scale, and I'm blown away by it. Huge drive shafts. I mean, let's have a look in there. That is the drive cup there, guys. That's my finger for scale. Now, as you can see, there are a few little changes he's done to this. As I mentioned, we've got the Taylor RC top brace. We've got a chassis support by Taylor RC there. My dog seems to like it. Hello, Purse. We've also got, what else was it? The larger battery trays. As I mentioned, Super Hog tyres, huge grip, plenty of grip on the kind of surfaces. These are a belted tyre as well. Now, coming back over here, all right, just to kind of show you, the truck came with a bunch of upgrades as well in this box here. Or I say upgrades, well, essentially what we've got here is a parts box. Some parts have come off. So we've got the original battery tray there. Okay, so that's kind of handy. Some spare hinge pins, absolutely massive. What else we got? Some servo horns, spare ESC cable. We've also got the original hub carriers and wheel nuts. Johnny's kindly labelled them up as well with all the screws and pins. Mounting clips obviously for the body, because it is you have to mount the body on the vehicle. Some more screws. He also bought this chassis support but didn't like it. It didn't have the finish he wanted, so never got around to using it, but he's included it in the box. The standard one, obviously that's made out of composite. Some more screws, some C-clips, brand new. We've got some more hinge pins and a few other little bits and bobs. The other thing is, guys, just kind of going down here, is as you can see on my tyre rack, this top row now is all to do with the Vesla. Okay, so what we've got here. So this tyre here is a Kill Racing. I'm not sure what they are. Super Spikes. Again, absolutely massive lugs. There's my finger for kind of reference there. Huge kind of grippy tyres. We've also got another set of Super Hogs and the thinner ones for the front, which will be perfect for grass. Big, huge lug tyres. We've got the stock wheels, which are going to be good for, a little bit heavy, but are going to be good for things like tarmac and kind of dusty conditions maybe. But yeah, big heavy tyre that actually. It is really, really heavy, that one. And also a full set of these giant grips. As you can see, like a motocross pattern. This should be good for grass and gravel. I think the H on them stands for hard. But yeah, huge wheel. As you can see, all metal supported on the hexes. But yeah, really, really nice. Now, coming back to the vehicle itself, guys. Hello, Percy. As I say, max 5. There are a few little bits and bobs that I need to do, as I mentioned, coming around this side of the vehicle here. What he's done to try and cable manage the SC wire there, he's actually hot glued it in, so I am going to find a better way of doing that. He's also put a bit of tape on here just to stop any water getting in the receiver box. Again, I'm going to find a proper way of doing that. I want to service the rear diff, just kind of so I'm happy and I know it's all topped up and everything is fine. I've got a receiver coming to go on my Radio Link RF8FG receivers coming for it, so that's going to go in the vehicle. It has got, I believe, the upgraded Kraken servo in there, the TS560HV, large scale servo, really nice that is in there. But this thing is an absolute unit. I'm going to put the body on 2 seconds and then we'll go around to show you the body. Okay, so that's the body now on the vehicle. As you can see, it's got this kind of Sandrail kind of look to it. It's all hard mounted to the body, as you can see, to the chassis. So the screws have to go in there, and obviously that then mounts onto the vehicle. And again, on the front, will all be hard mounted. So it's going to be a little bit awkward because you've got to get your batteries in there. All right, but it is what it is. I mean, obviously I'm going to find a way of... There are some quick release pins you've got, so obviously there's your screws. If you look underneath there, that's what it mounts to. But there is some quick release screws and pins that you can put on this actually to make it a little bit easier getting on and off. Everything is oversized and massive, as you can see. All the turnbuckles, the rod ends, everything is huge. Huge. I love the little kind of Kraken sea monster here on the side of the see-through diff case. It's a 16 tooth mod 1.5, I think this is on here, and also on the pinion spur gear, sorry. But this is absolutely going to rip when it comes to some of the areas I'm running, especially Dusty 2.0 and Old Dusty. Now there is space for sway bars in there as well, so I'm going to have a look into that. Some sway bars on the vehicle might be a good idea. But other than the fact of tuning the gearbox a little bit, I've checked over the shock already. Shocks are fine. I don't think there's a great deal here that actually needs doing, other than just running the vehicle. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put the X-Max alongside it so you can see the sheer scale of it. This thing is huge. Absolutely massive. Very, very chuffed to have this. And I'm hoping this is going to be everything that I wanted it to, especially for the sort of ground and pound that I do. Right, okay, so we're going to have to be careful here, guys, because the truck is literally holding on for dear life here. So this is the X-Max. As you can see, it is a little bit taller, but obviously this is lower slung. If you can kind of get the idea of the wheelbase, that's the wheelbase there. and that's the X-Max wheelbase. Now bearing in mind on my X-Max I am using the 30mm hub extenders on there as well. Alright, so this is huge wheelbase in comparison. As you can see, wheel to wheel, you have to go wheel to wheel. Let's kind of roll it back a little bit. There you go. So that's the X-Max there, and that's the Vesla. So the Vesla is a true 1/5 scale. Again, showing you the wheelbase at the rear. But yeah, I do love my X-Max. I'm just waiting on parts now for this because I sent this to the moon on the weekend. And I had a lot of fun jumping this for the first time. So yeah, I got a little bit of work to do on the Incredible Hulk. But obviously, just awesome pieces of kit. I'm a very lucky boy to be in this position. And I want to say a huge thank you to Johnny for allowing me to do this. Look at the size of the hinge pin holders, guys. Everything is just oversized and massive, and I mean turnbuckles. Look at them, huge things. So obviously the X-Max is big, but it's not quite Vesla big. This is all hardened steel as well. So everything is just tough, big, bad, brutey. Just an epic truck. But yeah, I'm in a lucky position. Obviously, as you guys probably realise at home, that I've got some amazing people following me and supporting me on the channel. And yeah, just to kind of be here and doing this and doing these sort of videos for you, I'm so blessed, honestly. I really am blessed. But I'm going to go up top now and we'll kind of go over the Vesla just a little bit more. And yeah, I'll give you my thoughts. Right, okay, so back in the jam shed, guys, and to kind of give you perspective, it's normal size worktop this, and that's how much your car kind of sticks out. Huge shock towers, just everything is built strong, tough, massive. You know, it's designed for purpose. You've got a double shear bell crank going on here as well. Huge turnbuckles, just a massive bit of kit. I probably will look at maybe a few upgrades further down the line, but I think really what I'm going to do with this one is just go out, run it, work out the truck for what it is, because this is as big as I've ever used. How can I compare this? I think another way of showing you here is, right, I tell you what, let's put the body back on. Let's put the body back on, because some of you might not know how big an X-Max is. Let's put the Notorious on top. So that kind of gives you an idea on how big the truck is. It is massive. Now the Notorious isn't a small truck. Yes, it's shorter wheelbase Arrma, but I will say, obviously, it's still a fairly decent sized truck. To put this on another perspective, the Omni Terminator here. I tell you what, let's take the Notorious back off top a sec. Just put that by there. The Omni Terminator, which is, they said is a 1/10. It's more like a 1/12, quite honestly. Yeah, that's not going to stay on there, but just to give you an idea. Absolutely epic. Now, this isn't going to be for everyone, I'm fully aware, but I am lucky in the sense of some of the areas that I run in, guys, are absolutely massive. Just big wide open spaces, full of dust, full of dirt, and you know, obviously having a rear wheel drive is, number one, is going to be a different experience, especially on something this size with this sort of power. Number two, to have those. Now, I've watched a few videos on the internet, obviously. Who was it? Thunder RC. And Thunder RC was kind of ripping along, and he had these roosts, kind of just all the dust and dirt flying up in the air off the back wheels. It's quite important, actually, to be honest with you, to mention that, obviously, with the belted tyres, because every video I have seen of this truck running, these rear tyres go like saucers, especially with the stock tyres down there. And yeah, you kind of lose control with the rear end is kind of waggling around. Now I probably will be using a gyro this time around on this vehicle at the moment, just to kind of get a feel for it, so I don't lose control, because as I say, 12S to 8S, guys, huge truck, big power, and I want to be in full control of this. I want to make sure as well that I'm not around anyone when I'm using it. Is going to be one of those things that maybe around my friends, you know, experienced RC users, yeah, no problem, but this isn't going to be something I'm going to be running in at my local park. I've got other vehicles for that, so I'm good in that sense. It's just a huge bit of kit. I want to say again, huge thank you, Johnny. If you're watching the video, you know, myself and all the crew that I got you. Yeah, what a wicked little collection I'm building up now. And obviously having that Vesla, it's like I've got a nice selection of all the things that I like. Oh, by the way, guys, if you look by there, I have got a new truck coming to the channel. There's one I'm building up, Team Associated RC 84E. Huge thank you to each and everyone who obviously watching all the videos. All like, shares and subscribes go on the channel. Absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. Obviously, I'm really humbled by all your support with the channel, guys. And honestly, if you haven't subscribed, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It costs you nothing and means the world to me. Guys, from myself, from the Vesla, big shout out to Johnny, obviously, once again. Make sure you check the box for more videos. Stay awesome. I'll catch you later.